What's going on, guys? Sinister here, back with another video. If I sound a little stuffy, I apologize. My allergies are really bad right now. I forgot beta for Battlefront was out. I downloaded it last night. I got out of my only class that I have today, so I'm going to be playing this all day because I'm really excited. I've always been a fan of the Battlefront games. Not a huge Star Wars fan, but I've always loved the Battlefront games for the PlayStation 2. Whenever I would get done with a game, I'd always see like the kill-death ratio, and I'd just be like, I just put in my mind that this is multiplayer and I'm going against people because I've always wanted that. And now that it's out, I'm really excited. I'm just going to be going over the game modes, guns that are out right now, and stuff like that. I haven't played it yet, so I'm not no expert at this game yet. I'm just going by what I've read offline and news updates and stuff like that. First thing I'm going to be going over are the game modes. Now, there's only 2 you can play in beta, but there's 7 total. And for the sake of everybody, I'm going to be comparing everything to Call of Duty, just because that's the most popular FPS. It's what most people know, just to make things easier. First game mode is Drop Zone. What I could compare that to, I guess kind of like Hardpoint. Pods fall from the sky and land in an area, and your team has to go and try to, take control of those areas. And it's an 8 versus 8 match, so... Next game mode is Walker Assault. If you've ever played the previous Battlefronts, you know what this is. It's 40-person match though, so I'm assuming 20 versus 20. The Empire has their AT-ATs, the big things you see right there, and the Rebels have their Y-wings, the things that fly around to try and take them down. And it's a huge map, huge gameplay when it's 20 versus 20, so it's gonna be insane. Next is Supremacy. Now, those are the only 2 available for beta, but the next one that's, out when the game comes out is Supremacy, and this one is kind of unique on its own. The Rebels and Imperials are fighting for 5 key points and a 40-player clash. So I guess, if anything, it's kind of like Ground War, because it's 40-person, so 20 versus 20, and, there's 5 points, so Ground War, you'd have to go, and capture those points. So I guess that'd be the only thing to really compare to, but it seems like it's unique in its own way, because there are ground vehicles, there's air vehicles, and stuff like that. So it's going to be something unique. Fighter Squadron, as you see in the picture, this is all taken into the sky. Again, if you played the previous Battlefronts, I forget which map it is, but you fly around in the sky. You're not always there. You can run around and play your classic FPS and shoot people, but then you could go into the sky and fight in there. But I think for Fighter Squadron game mode, this is only Sky Battle. That was just previous Battlefronts that I was referring to. The Blast. Now, this is your traditional team deathmatch. It's 10 Rebels against 10 Imperials, and it's traditional TDM is basically what it is. Cargo. Comparing to Call of Duty, again, what this basically is capture the flag. Instead of flags you're trying to bring back to your base, it's cargo. So it's very unique. All of these game modes, they're kind of sticking to the traditional FPS game modes, capture the flag, domination, TDM, but they're so unique in their own way because it is Star Wars. It's really interesting how they did it, and I'm really excited. Droid Run, again, domination is to compare it to. 6 Rebels, 6 Imperials, and you try to capture and hold 3 power droids, which would be the flags for domination. So that's essentially the same thing, but again, it's unique because it is Star Wars in its own right. So those are the game modes. Going on to the weapons now. Oh, and I would like to add, for the beta, you can play multiplayer, or you can play missions and do single player, or play with a friend by yourself just to get used to it, kind of like well, I'm having a brain fart. Call of Duty combat training. There we go. Kind of like that, I would assume. But, a little different. Now, the weapons. Right now, there are not many weapons to choose from. I don't know if there are going to be more. I would assume. You can't change your appearance for the beta. But you can. 2 weapons, 2 assault rifles, or blaster rifles. One is more of your standard. It's even throughout. Good damage, good range, good rate of fire, good cooling power, and the other, the damage is increased, but the rate of fire goes down, and the cooling power goes down. So the one is very even, steady throughout, and the other has a lot more power, but it has its downfalls as well. Then you have your blaster pistol, it's fully automatic. And then your heavy blaster, which is like heavy machine gun. Insane rate of fire. The damage isn't the best, but it has a high cooling power. So that's the only weapons, sadly, that you can get for the beta right now. But, I mean, it is beta, so it's not that bad. And cards. Now, this is the thermal detonator. It's a grenade. You know, it's your most basic grenade. 9-second cooldown. The cycler or rifle, designed to fire solid projectiles. This crude but reliable rifle is excellent at hitting targets at extreme ranges. Now, I have not looked at these yet, so these are the first time I'm actually seeing them. For time's sake, I'm just going to kind of briefly go over these, and then you can pause them in Arena if you like, because personally, I do not know what these are. I mean, some of them are self-explanatory, like the personal shield, jump pack. You know, again, if you've played the previous Battlefronts, you have an idea of what these are. It's really cool how they kind of incorporated everything from the past ones, but made it a multiplayer version. So those are your cards, or I guess if you want to say perks slash tacticals slash lethals, again comparing to Call of Duty. That is it. Those are the weapons, the star cards, and you cannot change your appearance like I said. And I think that is all. Yes, that's it. You cannot check stats, you can change settings, you know, all that. But that's gonna wrap up, you know, the basic, what's in the beta and what you can expect to see in the official game. That's gonna wrap up this video. As always, if you guys enjoyed it, please subscribe for more content. It really does help. I know this is kind of a boring video, but I feel like I needed to get this out there for people who want to see the game modes and stuff like that and know what to expect. I will be getting gameplay out. Maybe not tonight, but definitely in the future. I'm going to be playing it probably all day long, so I'm going to be recording a lot of gameplay for you guys. If you want to see more videos, Battlefront, or any other videos, like I said, be sure to subscribe. Give it a like if you would, or don't. Doesn't matter. I really don't care. Do what you want. It's your life. Social media links in the description as always, guys. And again, I thank you for the support, and I'll see you next time.